Oh, hey, how you doing? Awesome. Jumping
Hey,
in. How you doing?
good.
Good. Carol? Oh, cool. Awesome. You can go ahead and jump in. Do y'all have any initial questions? Jumping in?
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah, totally.
It's not about my store. Do you have any clients or do you know of anyone who is successfully running AMS ads to books that are not in KU?
AMS, so you're just talking like just full price books.
Right.
Um, Not that I know of it 100% in terms of like the actual like campaign structure and stuff like that. I do know a lot of clients are running, just have some ads running on Amazon. Um, I'm not 100% sure though, because we haven't even dove into those yet on the
Okay.
AMS side. Yeah.
But you are having luck with traffic ads to Amazon on Facebook, right?
Yeah, with KU, yes. hmm
What about not KU?
Um, yes, still there too.
Okay.
It's just definitely a lot harder to scale. It's one of those where it like kind of has to be at a like a lower budget, between like 25 to
Yeah.
$50 per day. Yeah, and then you can drop in those Amazon attribution links too to be able to track it.
Okay. All
hmm
right. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyone else? You have any other questions? Anything you've seen from the week?
I mean, I've always got questions
Yeah,
for you.
ask away.
Um, I'm working on growing slowly, so slowly on TikTok. Um, and I just can't totally crack this nut. I can get like 700 to 1500 organic views on my TikToks. Do you have any general advice for like making videos that you're going to run on TikTok as far as length? Because I feel like I stick to this 4 or 5 slide, 20-second-ish length, and some people are talking about more slides, longer length doing better. So just looking for your general advice on TikTok, not just for TikTok Shop, but just in general as a book promotion tool.
Yeah, I mean, are you just doing slideshows right now?
I'm doing videos with the
Uh-huh.
text overlay like I learned from your course.
And then the like you're talking, and then it's like a slideshow type in a video.
Yeah, I
Okay.
usually just do like a 20-second video and then there's a this text slide for 4 seconds, this one for 4 seconds.
Are you,
Um,
are you
Yeah.
doing any sort of like face to camera content right now, or is it just mostly the videos and then the text overlay style?
yes, mostly just the videos and text overlay. I posted my first one earlier of a hockey player reading a line from my book,
Mhm.
and it started off so strong, and then all of a sudden it just flatlined.
Hmm.
Like
How many?
I feel like
uh,
there are these wizards watching behind and like they see something and they just shut it down. Because it can be growing so quickly and then all of a sudden just falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
But I have around 800 views on it. By tomorrow, I should have over 1,000. So I try not to think of that as failing. Is it as successful as I would like? No. But does that mean it's a failure? Not necessarily.
No.
I mean, I would just think about it too. If there's like 800 views on the video, that's 800 people seeing that video from you
Mhm.
in your books. So I
Yeah.
would also definitely think about it in that sense. As far as like content, we can definitely give suggestions, but I would honestly say find someone who is in your same genre. So find another hockey romance author who is posting quite a bit and completely like mirror that content. Obviously, make it tailored towards your books, but test out those styles because that'll be what's working in your genre.
Yeah. There's also
Okay.
a lot of other there's some other authors like Jay Sterling is another one. She does a really good job at just like she's very, very energetic. And that energy really helps helps in terms of just capturing the audience. And definitely, like Ella said, finding someone in your own genre, and then you can even look at other authors that are doing well. Because a lot of the videos, like they'll call out their genre, and you can just do the same thing, but for your books too. And do you have a lot of paperbacks
I
with like on
do.
hand? Because that's another thing too. You could start out with saying like, I just got all these paperbacks and now I'm trying to sell them. Like, um, Jay Sterling just made a video like that. That was just one that's recent. Um, Also leveraging the paperbacks too. Like you could, there's a few, I know Kelsey Haas does a good job at this.
She's great, and she does a lot
Yeah,
of face to camera stuff. So
yeah.
I know Ella's probably thinking, how many times have I told you this? And you keep asking like you've never asked before. Um, but I don't know, I never would have thought I could be making TikToks at all,
Mm.
and now I am. So I need to stop telling myself I can't do well with the face to camera stuff and just do it.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. It's
Yeah.
all people want is they want to be entertained or informed. And this is all entertainment. And so it's just having fun with the videos
Right.
and
Yeah, and
showing your books. Yeah.
they appreciate and they like your authenticity too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, that helps. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
absolutely. Yeah, I would say like Stitch videos too.
Stitch. Yes.
Melissa Foster, I believe,
Yes.
is the one who did a really, really cool Stitch video. That's doing really well in an ad actually. And very simple. Like she just found a video online that was very attention grabbing and essentially just stitched her video with it and explained the premise of her books. And that's doing very well too, because it doesn't necessarily have to be like a video of someone reviewing your books. It could be like if there's a scene where it's two hockey guys fighting at a game, then you can just find a video and stitch it with that.
Kelsey Ray.
Okay.
Kelsey Ray is a perfect example. She has hockey romance. Um, that's probably the best example because she's going viral all the time. She
She does
stitched,
great.
yeah, it was like a video where it was just hockey guys like in the box. And she just put like a little piece of text over it, like when something happened. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
4 seconds of that. And then it clipped to a video of her talking about the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kelsey's honestly probably one of the best ones you could replicate because she has a ton of, if you go back a little bit on her page, she has a ton of hockey ones.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
She's so good. I've
She
tried to
is.
do one like in her style and it was so funny bad. Um, but I guess keep trying, right?
No, I mean, that's the thing too, is like she's been making videos for 3 years. And like if you go
Wow.
back, her videos from like the past, they're nothing like they are now. And
Okay,
like
that's good.
she just got better and better and better. And now she can literally just pick up the phone and just make a video and it does well because she just understands what does well after posting so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah. Cool. Any other questions?
Well, I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week, my ads were doing okay, and we were looking at thinking that we could probably scale up. Well, I think it feels like I've hit a ceiling and it's gone back down again.
Let's
So
take a look.
I'm
Yeah,
just
let's
not
take a look at them.
sure where to go. Okay, so share screen. Share screen. And that one there. Okay. So,
Cool. There
all
we
right.
go. All right. Let's take a look.
So can I just tell you what I've done
Yeah, of
since last
course.
week? Okay. So yesterday I turned off the ads international 5 because the cost per result had gone right up.
Okay.
I've added a video with me, putting my paperback books on top of each other, and that's in the paperback campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I started a new campaign yesterday, and it's number 6 international.
Okay. And is this, can you
So
remind
that's
me,
what I've done.
this, what currency is this? Is this USD?
Facebook ads are in Australian dollars.
Okay.
Shopify's US.
Okay. So you're, I mean, No, yeah, you're not hitting the ceiling. You're doing great.
Yeah, I feel that okay, so there's a lot of paperback costs in that purchase conversion value, like that I've got to take
Hmm.
out. So
Carol,
yeah.
do you have your results tracker that goes over those costs too?
I do. It, I probably haven't. Okay, so you can see my tabs at the top because it's hidden behind the. So I think it's.
I think it might be the other one next
Nope,
to it.
yeah, it's that one. Okay, so I'm 1 day behind. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So this is Australian dollars.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
see what I mean? It feels like I've just hit a ceiling that it's kind of, I almost go up above 300 average and then it just comes back down again.
so
And now it's on a slide.
is this one ebook?
Uh, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So really what it's looking like is we just got to redistribute budget because the budget on this one, I'd pull this back. And then since this is ebook, I mean, this can go ahead and start to scale. So I'd
Yeah,
pick
we
that
dropped
up to
that back
70.
we dropped it back last week because it was my best performing campaign, but then it started sliding, and so we actually did drop that back last week.
Yeah, which definitely makes sense because it was up at around like 20, probably
Yeah,
23. Okay. And now it dropped
yeah,
down to 15. And so what we could do instead of this is drop it on that roll. Should have a rule in here. Increase.
yeah. Ella set it up last week.
Yep. That is exactly the rule I drop on. And then this one will keep going. This is going to the shop for paperback.
It's well, no, it's actually not going to the shop. It's just going straight to paperback. We couldn't get the shop set up.
Okay. But yeah, I would keep that one scaling too. Because you're profiting anywhere between like 200 to 250 per day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Are you testing a new scene, a new ad copy in that 6 campaign? Everyone?
It's kind of a mishmash of the 4. So I just rewrote it a little bit and put it in new graphics. They're all couples. I just thought, okay, I'm just going to test to see which couple worked better, and then I can throw some other graphics in. So that only just started yesterday. It hasn't had any sales. It's had clicks, but no sales.
Yeah, your CPMs are awesome too. Same with your cost per click. Those are extremely low.
Yeah, but then not converting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a day.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
Yeah.
don't have a
know.
lot of spend
I'm
on
just
them either.
impatient.
Honestly, with just those 2 budget changes here,
Mm.
dropping this budget down, picking this budget up, I'm glad you turned that one off. And then this one will start to increase with the rule as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're definitely not at a ceiling though, I can tell you that.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, that's good because it feels like it.
No, yeah.
Like like I just seem to have been floating around this level for quite a while and haven't been able to increase it. So
Yeah, I mean, with
Yeah,
the
you're
rule that Ella dropped on, this one will keep picking up and we can just watch that to make sure that it's still profitable. And then this role, because this is honestly your main campaign. This is what's bringing a
yes,
lot of people in.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
with the rule now attached to that one, now that we're not, since we dropped it down, became more profitable, now we can just let it slowly scale up, and that's going to help break you past that ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. That retargeting one, should I do that in the US now as
I
well?
definitely would. Yeah, definitely. I would just duplicate this entire campaign. Duplicate with current setup.
It's going to a different bundle.
That's totally fine.
Mhm.
I'm glad y'all set that up. And then, yeah, just switching these out. Yeah, you're definitely not at a ceiling. You have a
Okay.
lot of engagement on these ads. It's just going to be a slow
Mm.
scaling process and it's going to start picking up exponentially over time.
Okay, I'll just be patient. That's not one of my strong points.
No, you're fine. Well, right now you're averaging like 200 to 250 per day. I would just say the next goal is to profit 300 per day. And then
Yeah,
once we can hit that, we can go 350, 400, 500. And I do believe, honestly, that with the structure that's here, you do have the ability to get those $500 days
yeah.
pretty soon.
Yeah, and a
Right.
lot of these changes week by week are going to be adjusting budget,
Yeah.
and just kind of reallocating things. So
Yep.
Okay.
So I'd go
Right.
to
So there's
publish
really
these.
nothing else I should be doing then at the moment.
Exactly. This is the waiting game. This is where it's just gonna take a little bit more
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is great.
All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, nice job on the copy, by the way, too. I know I keep saying,
yeah,
but
it's
like, yeah, y'all did
looking
great.
great.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Ta.
Yeah, cool. Anyone else have any other questions? Kristen?
Well, we just started yesterday for
Oh,
the most part, so not really.
yeah.
So we have everything up and running. The campaign I don't think has any sales yet, because I wound up starting it last night. One thing I did notice that I pointed out to Ella is I'm getting more, the ads are recording more sales than they're actually getting. And she thought maybe it was like a catch up from earlier in the month, but I noticed it's also doing it today too. So
It is continuing to do it.
what was that?
It is continuing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it an
Yeah, like-
exact double? Like, is it typically like double or is it just like 15%?
So yesterday it looked like some of them might have been double.
Mhm.
Today, that ad has had 4 sales and it's showing 7.
Okay.
So yeah. Because at first I thought, okay, it's
Yeah,
just
I see that.
double. Yeah.
Mhm.
Overall, has it been 7 purchases? Or sorry, 4 purchases?
No, there's been 4 on that. Yeah. So no.
Day by day, like, is it like, say, like you go back another day, is it like showing 3 and then, or showing 6 and on Shopify it's 3? Like, is it like that pretty consistently?
I think that it hadn't picked up all of the sales earlier.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I look at the ads, it'll say that there's no conversion details. So I didn't think that much of it. And it started on Sunday. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just picking up some of the sales from, earlier in the week. And then it's been doing it every day since Sunday. And that ad's been running in some iteration for about 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, because it honestly wasn't happening in the beginning of the month. There was some discrepancy with reporting just because
Yeah.
it would like over-report, but then it would pull the purchases in the next day. But like Kristen said, it was just kind of starting Sunday. That
Yeah.
it's really been over-reporting.
Well, yeah, like Ella said too, with the 7-day click, 1-day view, like if someone clicks on the ad on Monday, but then they don't purchase that day and then they come back like 4 days later and then they purchase, that's when it'll attribute the sale. And that could have been from like back on Monday.
Yeah, and I've noticed that it's, they've come in like sometime in July and then they've come back and they're, coming in from an old ad or it's a direct purchase or a direct visit and they're coming in. So that could be it too.
Yeah, that definitely could. I would just watch it week over week for sure and just make sure that it's, because week over week is going to give you a better idea of like, say if you have 30 purchases for the week and then you can see how much you got on Shopify because of that 7-day click 1-day view. It'll just, if you're looking at it over the last 7 days, it should give the most accurate. And it may be like, typically we see it can be like 15 to 20% tops off, like up or down. And if it's around there, then that would be fine.
Okay.
If we look at it over the last 30, like comparing Shopify and Ads Manager is reporting about 171 and Shopify's reporting 166. So looking
That's
at it
good.
at a broader view, it's within that like 15 to
Okay.
20%
That's
that
good.
Cameron's referring to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Good job noticing that though, because it's important to make sure that everything's set up there. Because we have honestly, there's been some times where like there's a random another pixel, it got put on the store somehow, and that can cause like duplication of purchases. But it doesn't seem like that in your case, which is good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then I guess I do have one other question that kind of builds on Brenda's first question. Um, so the only ads I'm running are to my Shopify store. And most of my sales are coming from Shopify. Should I also be running AMS ads to kind of capture the people who might go looking and see somebody else's books, or is that something that doesn't have
Yeah.
to
So
happen?
typically, if authors are running AMS ads, they're typically running them at like $5 to $10 per day tops.
Mhm.
Just it's like with Google too, like just picking up because there are going to be people that are searching up on Amazon too.
Mhm.
And typically you can run those AMS ads at like a low budget and they're going to be
Mhm.
really, really profitable. That's definitely something you could do just to
Okay.
getting like bidding on all your name, your books, like people are looking you up directly. That way you're showing up on top instead of someone
Mhm.
else having another ad that's showing up above you too.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to jump in and agree with that. It's called a defensive ad,
Yeah.
where you advertise your name. When my spend on Shopify is higher, I definitely notice a correlation in higher Amazon sales. That's from people who are seeing that ad, and instead of buying it on my store, they look me up on Amazon. So I
Mhm.
think it's special. I'm not doing it, but I should be. It's especially important to run defensive ads on Amazon so that when they see your name in that ad and they type it in, you're the first thing that comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I will do that.
But it's like, I haven't done Amazon ads in so long. And I got a newsletter earlier from somebody with some advice about negative keywords being a key to running profitable Amazon ads. So I think I might jump in and try and use like free and Kindle Unlimited as negative keywords and see if I can at least break even.
Totally. There's also a new tool that we recently started using as well. It's called Kling. It's klingai.com if you are using AI. What you can do too is if you have any cover art or any images from your book, like without obviously the cover on it, you can actually upload it into there and it'll create a really cool video. There's just been cool stuff that we've been able to do with like paranormal, where like it's like a
Hmm.
cover art of like a dragon and it's just a dragon is obviously a still image, but it'll turn it into a video where it's like opening its mouth, like and it's very, very high quality. And those types have been working. So it's something you could definitely look into.
What is it called?
It's called klingai.com.
So I'm picturing like Klingon, like
Yeah, kind of.
Kling or
Yep. Klingai.com.
okay.
Mhm.
I noticed that Canva now offers the option to make AI videos too,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I haven't tried it.
Yeah. Those are not amazing from what we've seen. The Kling one's like it is very realistic. It's like kind of
So
crazy.
another option that I'll just throw out there for you to maybe check out is there's this artist named Regina Wamba. She's been in the business for many years. She did some of my original covers. She's super talented. And she has this new thing called Story Socials,
Mhm.
where you sign up and you can download, like you buy 15 credits a month. Each video is 1 credit. You can download videos, and I've started using those. The selection isn't like amazing yet, but there are a lot of PNR ones. I told some PNR friends about it, because a lot of authors say algorithms on the social media platforms suppress Canva videos, and like they know if it's original or organic or if it comes from Canva. I don't feel like I've really experienced that, but a lot of people just looking for fresh video ideas. I've downloaded like 10 so far, and TikTok suppressed one because it was mildly sexual. But I mean, it's just another platform to check out if you
Yeah.
are really into video ads and content. She's got some really good stuff up there.
Yeah. Especially for
And
paranormal too. Oh, sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say,
oh,
Christine?
oh, you can use them for ads? She'll let you use them for ads?
Yeah, that's what it's for, actually.
Okay, great.
She's been in the business a long time. She was one of the first to start doing the flat lays where, you know, the stylized imagery and you just stick in your book cover. I used to buy a lot of those from her. But yeah, the point of this was she's making it for us to use for advertising.
Awesome.
Right, cool.
You could even
And
take
there's
some of
some,
those
like I
clips and
bought one
stitch.
that's, it's like
Mhm.
her, it's like a woman's feet walking on a beach. And I find that sometimes, you know, like you guys have really opened my mind to using video like that. It doesn't have to be literally from the book. It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be a hockey ice rink just
Yeah,
because I write hockey romance. So there are some cool things like ocean waves and rainstorms. She's got stuff like that too on her site.
that's awesome. Those are things you could totally stitch into another video. That it starts with that with a little bit of text on there, like calling out your reader. And then 3 seconds into the video jumps to then you like setting down the actual book or opening the book. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that would be great. That's a really cool idea. What was that called again? Story Social?
Story socials.
Okay, Story Socials.
And she's completely legit. Like she
Yeah,
designs for publishers. The nice thing is you download the you know the video and then it's yours. You get to keep it. Like I'll be able to reuse a lot of these multiple times.
that's awesome. It's a really cool resource. Yeah, I see that.
Awesome.
Cool. Awesome. You have any other questions on ads or store or anything like that? Analytics?
Have you ever had anybody have to take a break?
Take a break from
And
running
then,
ads?
yeah, like for life reasons and then rebound. Because
Yeah, yeah,
I had a family illness and death and I
sorry.
felt like I was in a really good place
Yeah.
and like my momentum is gone. And I just would be great to hear, yes, there's somebody out there who has lost their momentum and then gotten it back again.
We've definitely had that happen
Yes.
multiple times.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
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 And
Things
I
happen in life.
definitely
Yeah.
think you have like tremendous potential to get back to that point again too and increase past that as well. So
Okay,
Especially with
good.
hockey
Good.
romance. Like the new
Good. I
create,
sent
like,
you some new copy. I
yes,
retweet. I like it except for that last line. I just can't get you know, that the hook is good. I feel like I'm in a better place with what comes after, but that I always like to feel really great about my closing line and I don't. So I'm still kind
yeah.
of
I
playing
mean,
with.
if you're comfortable too, we can go through this right now on the call. Um, I definitely have a few notes we can do on it and we can also
Oh,
workshop it all
yeah,
together.
that'd be super helpful
let's
if
do it.
nobody
Yeah.
minds.
Yeah, of course. If you want to go ahead and share screen, we can go through it on your end.
Just don't judge me for the mess that is my desktop. That's all I ask. Okay. I think this is it. Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
guys see that?
perfect. Yeah, we'll go ahead and read through it real quick. Just-
From what I'm seeing just initially, um, I would I would write it in first person and I would take out the plane crash portion just because I think that that could cause some confusion.
Okay.
And I would start it out with I got stranded in a remote Alaskan cabin with my brother's hockey teammate, and there's only one bed. That is
Okay.
like a hook right there.
And
Yeah.
yes, definitely. And I would also test a second person
Yeah.
version as well
So
that
what I
says,
usually do is
Mhm.
if I get one that Ella says is good enough,
Definitely.
then my variations will consist of switching to
Nice.
first person when you're I feel like it's It's a cheap way to get away with variations.
No, it's great.
But that last one, that last thing he says, it's not what I want. I just had to write something.
You could even look inside the book too. Like what we've seen is once you have that hook, because that's like one of the best tropes you could have. Like they're stranded and there's only one bed, they're hooked at that point.
Right. This is all on purpose. I finally learned you
Yeah.
gotta think before you start writing.
I would check out Mira. You know Mira?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, her copy too, because she pulls a lot from inside the book.
Okay.
She's got great hooks like this, and then she pulls from inside the book to where like you can just pull the actual scene out. So it's actual text from inside the book just to make it a little bit longer.
Okay.
Because typically if it's a little bit, it's all about convincing them. It's all units of conviction. And the longer the copy is, the more units of conviction you can have in the copy.
I'm gonna try to reframe my thinking on that because I've started telling myself the longer it is, the more chances I have to lose them.
Not well,
No.
but it's important to think like if it was a hook and it was confusing at the beginning and they started reading through, then they're like, why would I like that's when you can lose them. But if you hook them
Right.
in, we've seen like 1,500 word copy work where
Wow.
like it's huge, but that's because the hook was so good and then the story just kept them in the entire time.
Yeah, when I first started, I built my store based on your class. I used actual chapter excerpts,
Yeah.
long ones, as my copy, and I ran profitably in my first month. So
Mhm.
I guess I
And
need to reframe my thinking on that and try some longer stuff too.
that's what
Yeah.
Ella and I are seeing too, to where like once you have them hooked in, like if you have a campaign running and it's something like this where it's like a little bit shorter of a hook and it pulls them in, then like the next campaign we can test out that longer form because it's got that targeting in. So it knows who to target and your hook is pulling in the right people. And then maybe if they're seeing that excerpt campaign next, they're much more likely to read it because it is the right type of readers.
Okay.
Mhm.
The only
Yeah.
problem is this isn't my bundle.
What is this one?
This is my new release.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was so awesome to have a new book to pull copy from. I was like, I'm so tired of beating the dead horse that is the first book in my bundle.
I would also, like Cameron was saying, it's also good to have the longer and shorter variations too that you're running
Mhm.
uh, with each other essentially, because it is gonna also hit customers on the platform at different points in their buying journey. So if they see like a shorter variation, it doesn't quite convince them um, at the beginning of the week, and then they see a longer one with more
Yeah.
depth from your
Dense. Yeah.
book,
Mhm.
that'll be able to convince them to buy. So it's definitely good to have a mix of the two and test what's going to work better for you long term with scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as this piece of ad copy here, I would also recommend maybe adjusting this piece, obviously, from her
You're so
point of view
nice.
here.
You're never like another swing and another miss.
I honestly think you could start it out directly from his dialogue here. Like you could just put that right under here.
Mhm.
And then maybe explain a little bit. Well, this is her dialogue here, but you can explain after that what's going on, because after this, what
They
what
read
a
those
reader is
too.
looking for is they're
Mhm.
looking for that immediate like tension in the scene. And then this is going to give them that immediate tension in the scene. So,
And then you can
Okay.
have longer form because they're invested. They're not going
yeah.
to stop at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep working on this until I feel amazing about it.
Totally.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
great start.
until you feel amazing about it. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, send it over to me. I can definitely take a look at it too if you pull, just like Cameron was saying, pull an excerpt from the book and we can see how it'll flow. So,
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
so
Thank you.
yeah, of course.
That's awesome. Cool. Awesome. Anyone else have any other questions?
actually have a question for
Yeah.
Carol. Carol, because you're in Australia as well, and I noticed that you said that you got your Shopify store set to US dollars. So I'm just
Yes.
wondering how or why you did that and how it affects how, like, do you get paid US dollars to your bank account then, or does it get converted to Aussie dollars?
Okay, I set it up a long time ago, maybe what, three years ago, and I at the time I just thought that because my audience was US, that US dollars was the best one to set it up in. In hindsight, I probably should have set it up in Australian dollars, because I don't think it really matters, like that my main audience is US. But I'm Australian, so I don't think it matters. But once you've done it, you can't change it, I believe. I get paid in Australian dollars, so Shopify must obviously just convert it.
Okay.
So it comes into my bank account in Australian dollars, even though I've got a Wise bank account. So I've got the bank account with different currencies. So I've got US, Canadian, pounds.
Yeah.
But it actually comes into Australian dollars. For some reason, I don't know if I can change that so it goes into US dollars, but most of my income from Shopify at the moment is coming from Australia, so it's swings and roundabouts. I'm not quite sure what I lose in the whole process, but that's why I started my Wise bank account, so that I could try to reduce fees, especially with Amazon income, because the bulk of Amazon is still US.
Yeah, that's what I do as well. It's just, I've set mine up for Australian dollars, and I was just wondering whether it was better to do it in US.
What would you think, Cameron? Do you have an opinion on that or not?
Yeah, I mean, the only difference that we've seen between a US and Australia, or like wherever you set it up, is if you have a US, if it's set up in the US, it'll show the slashed out price for US. But if someone comes to your store and you have it set up in US and they come to your store from Australia, it won't show that slashed out price, or in any other country too. That's the only difference that we've seen. Like in terms of how it pulls in the money or all that, it's all just dependent on where that person is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And
Thank you.
And is it true that once you've set up your store and you've chosen a currency, you can't change it?
I do believe so.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well.
Yeah, because we haven't ran into that of needing to change it, but I don't believe you can. Yeah, good question. Cool. Any other questions y'all got in this week? Cool. Those are all good questions. Cool. Well, awesome. Yeah, if there's no other questions, we can go and wrap this one up, and we'll go ahead and drop it in the folder. Do you have a question, Kristen?
No.
Okay, all good? Okay, cool. Just making sure. Cool. We'll go ahead and drop it in the folder and see everyone else on the next call. Cool. Awesome. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Bye,
Have a
y'all.
great week.